It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got the Panthers Offensive Player of the Year. He's coming off a game where he had the hot hands, over 160 yards receiving. It's the Panthers and the Hawks on Sunday night.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And leading them out, their signal caller, now in his 4th season in the NFL.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Working free to drop him for the sack there was Amari Barno.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Langford in trouble, and he's taken down. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well, 13 yards.
And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a look here at their signal caller, the 5th-year quarterback.
And when you watch Corral play, you have to be impressed with just how fearless he is in any situation. Excellent in the pocket, accurate, ball gets out of his hands quickly. He also can break out and create big plays as well, often with his legs. A tough runner, a tough leader. This guy has big-time potential.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. He finds McCoy.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a 2nd consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a 1st down.
They'll go again here with Akers.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
On 2nd down, here's Corral.
Over the middle, complete. That's McCoy.
And the Panthers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal.
Corral looking to pass, 2nd down.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. He had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's
digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Panthers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Gonna do a bootleg. Here's Corral.
And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack.
Corral. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 15. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Langford. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2. Langford. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
So here are the Panthers set to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well.
That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. 2nd down at 4. Now Corral. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game? Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Corral. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Second and 5 now.
Corral.
He finds his man complete. That's McCoy.
And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Here's a run with Akers on second down.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Throwing here, Corral.
Caught on the slant. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's second and goal. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On second and goal, Corral. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Panthers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Takes it at the 7. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
And no reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was the visiting Lions who come in and get the road victory. DeAndre Swift, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Najee Harris, a touchdown run in the victory. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cleveland Browns. Now time for a check of the next-gen stats in the first half for Carolina. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the...
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Corral to throw on 1st and 10.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's McCoy.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
So this, Charles, on paper at least, not the most even of matchups. Polar opposite, really. I mean, on one sideline, you got the hottest team in the league, still unbeaten, and on the other side, a winless squad.
And that's why I owe you, and I owe you big, because you did email me this week to remember any given Sunday. That was a phrase you typed to me, and that's what we have to remember in this ball game. It resounds when you think about it. Unbeaten versus winless. Any given Sunday, anything can happen in this league.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9. Back to throw, Corral. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to drop that one free.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough.
Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the 2nd half. They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Well, they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
He finds his man complete. That's Cross. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Here's Corral on 1st down. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
corral another throw on second down.
Over the middle, complete. That's McCoy. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 44-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
They give up the middle to Akers.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. A gain of 3, second down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And some room to work. Touchdown, Carolina.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And it is 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Back to throw. Langford.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Again, he'll drop to throw. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Derek Brown busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Cook up the gut. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Panthers will get the football back. That one looks like he'll throw here. He finds his man, complete. It's McCoy. And he's got some, and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense is they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, offer a little extra spring in your step. And it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Carolina, they remain as hot as anyone. 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for Seattle, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.